Easy speakers and guests. Who here still watches live TV and actually sees commercials? Loaded question, right? For those of you who have DVR, there is a new commercial out. It's from Kia. It's for the Kia Sorento, the 2019 Kia Sorento. And in that commercial, they take this SUV up Hell's Revenge in Moab, Utah. So that's what I wanted to give you a little bit of information about and share some of my experience. So Hell's Revenge is a lot of rocks. There's cliffs basically on one side. And you take an ATV, a Jeep, or a Hummer. Thankfully we had a driver. So you go with him, and you're going through rocks. Like, it's not level. It's like, you'll have one rock this high, one's this low. So you're sort of sideways driving along, and they're like, oh wait, let's have rocks the other way. So they're sideways this way. And it's bumpy. And of course there's a cliff right there. So that's a little terrifying. But it's a great experience. As long as you go at like 8 a.m. Because in Moab, Utah, in July, it's about 110 degrees in the middle of the day. So you want to be under a rock or in your trailer with very high air conditioning, or else you will fry like a fried egg. So we did this in the morning. It was so much fun. So you're rocking along, doing your thing. You're a little nervous, because again, you have a cliff right there. And then the guy goes, hey, how much do you trust me? You're like, only like 30 minutes. Like, what are you asking me? And do I want to know the answer? So we said, yeah, sure. You haven't taken us off a cliff. You said this was your first day driving. I'm pretty sure it's not. So, okay. He said, great. Then we're going to go backwards, in reverse, up this like 300-foot cliff.
Whoa.
And I said, you're joking, right? Like, I seriously have known you half an hour. Like, we're not really going to do this, are we? He's like, yes. And oh, by the way, your kids are going to love it. It's like, oh yeah, the kids are in the car too, yeah. Oh, parenting 101. I'm totally scoring on this one. So we did. He was being completely serious. We took it to like 25 miles an hour, just straight up backwards.
Oh, that's bad.
It was pretty terrifying and exhilarating, but in that good, like, terrifying way where you're going to be safe the whole time. I don't know why I felt this. I'm in a Hummer and there's cliffs on both sides, but hey, when you have a good driver, you just go with it. So that is mostly Hell's Revenge. Hell's Revenge is so much fun. If you have the opportunity, again, go in the morning because it's way too hot in the middle of the day. So after that evening, we started with Arches National Park, which as well is in Moab, Utah. So if you think of the word arches, most of us think that means there's a big open circle. There's something around it because that's what makes the arch. And if you have a place called Arches National Park, I would assume that everything there is an arch because that's why you named it Arches. Well, of course, that's not the case at all. There are some nice arches in Arches National Park as we're racing through because you're like, let's see, it's finally down to below 100 degrees, but it's already 6 o'clock. How much can I get done in the next 2 hours? Because I only have till 8 till it's dark. So you're racing through Arches National Park. You're seeing a ton of arches, which I must admit, it was pretty nice to see arches. But what was really interesting to me about it was how many different rock outcroppings there were. So normally here you have like a mountain range. Like, yeah, you see a mountain, you see a few mountains, and you're good. So in Arches and in Utah in general, you'll have sections where it's literally like 100 feet. Like 100 feet wide, 300 feet tall, and then you slide over like about a mile. Then you have another one that's 100 feet wide and 400 feet tall. You're like, okay. It's like, no, it's not really a standard mountain range. But it's pretty cool to see, and you can see so many designs, if you have an imagination, you can see so many designs in the rocks. Which, of course, the kids and me and the wife, like, we were all coming up with different things, like, hey, doesn't that look like a dinosaur? Hey, that looks like a turtle. You know, hey, that looks like a rock's about to fall. Wait, no, that really does look like a rock's about to fall. There was definitely some of those. It was so much fun. We had such a blast. And then we snuck over to Canyonlands the next day, which is like 60 miles away from Moab. But instead of looking up at everything, you actually look down. So in Canyonlands, it actually has a great name because you're on top of the canyon. Sort of like the Grand Canyon. It's like, hey, you're driving up here and everything is below you. So it's really cool to see there the giant canyons. I got some great photos where it got the sun coming through the clouds, like just hitting the canyon in the morning. Because of course we got to be there at 6, 7 in the morning because it's too damn hot. So that was so much fun to see. And I highly recommend going there. And the best part was the best arch in the whole place in all of Moab, Utah, was in Canyonlands. Most people ask you to know it as the Mesa Arch. And it's an arch where you look straight through the arch, and then you literally see the canyons below it. And you see the rock outcroppings. It's very, very cool to see. All you have to do is force your children to walk half a mile to make it there. Yeah, so when they're 5 and 9, it is a lot of cajoling, inspiring, eventually bribing. Bribing actually works. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but if you bribe your kids, it works. Because we paid them 50 cents for every half an hour they walked. And all of a sudden, they could walk with so much less complaining. It was crazy. It's like, this works. And the best part is at the end of the whole thing, you've done all this hiking through all these places, and you finally get to a little store. And there's like a little $10 Lego toy or something else. And you you were going to buy this toy anyways. Like, hey, I'm going to buy you this toy because, hey, this is a great place, it's new, we're not going to be here again, hey, let's buy you a toy. It's like, oh, no, you bought the toy. I didn't buy it, you bought it. So it totally just works out, and it makes your kids go hiking, and we got so much more hiking done, which I am very happy about, because I'm a hiker, I love to hike. So we got to go to Mesa and see that arch, and the other arches, and it really was a lot of fun. So I highly recommend it. Please go and explore the world. Thank you.
So thank you, Dave, for your speech. I enjoyed it very much. I thought the opening was good. You asked us all to think about suggestions in the past and what you've done before. I thought that was good. You started out with the Kia commercial, and I don't think I've seen that, but I could picture it in my mind that there was a car driving over the canyons. You discussed Moab, Utah, and apparently there was some different areas, the Hell's Revenge, the Arches National Park, and Canyonland, Mesa Arch. And I thought that you did a good job of describing it without the pictures, because you explained, like, especially the ride with the driver. You said there was cliffs on each side. Well, I could kind of imagine that because I've driven in the mountains just on a regular road where there's a cliff, and it kind of terrifies me just even being a passenger. So I thought that was good. I thought you did do a good job of explaining your emotions, and it was humorous. That was good. I liked some of the details with your children. Like giving kids money is always good for them to have their own money. I like that idea. The only thing I might have as a suggestion is when you started talking about Moab, Utah, I'm not really familiar with it enough to know what exactly it is. Is it just a general area including all those areas, or at first I thought it was just that trail, but because you talked about the trail and then you went into the other areas, so that was maybe just one suggestion, kind of give us an overall description. I have some friends that just finished a trip to Moab just recently. I think they came back a week ago, so maybe the weather was better for them, and I enjoyed looking at their pictures on Facebook. It was a very interesting topic to me. And I liked your ending that you recommend going there, so that was helpful.